To give you a little bit of backstory about this student, Melanie is an English language learner whose parents speak mostly Spanish at home. Throughout the first half of the year in my classroom, she was not interested in whole brain and gave what I now lovingly refer to with her as the Melanie face, which went something like this. Anytime that we were doing gestures or teach okay. After a math benchmark, when she noticed that several of her friends were doing the gestures during the test to help her, she asked me if I would take some time to teach her more of the gestures on her own. And as I watched her blossom, not only was she doing the gestures to help herself learn, but her whole spirit came out. She was able to participate with her classmates, laugh, have fun, and not just in my classroom, but in PE and music, to the point where she was Student of the Month for several of our specialists because they noticed such a drastic change with Melanie. This year, she came back to my classroom and went from the student who would never talk even when called on or with a partner or to her shoe, but came and spoke to 23 students in front of my class about the importance of whole brain teaching and why it was important to her. My name is Madeline Mahan, and I am a third grade teacher at an inner city school in Oklahoma City. When I think of a whole brain teaching success story, the first student that comes to my mind is Melanie, who's sitting here with me today. Melanie, what can you tell us about whole brain teaching? What did you think when you first were in a whole brain classroom?
Like, what are they doing? They're crazy.
What did you notice school-wise when you started doing those gestures?
That I started knowing everything whenever I started doing the gestures, and then I kind of got my grades up.
Yeah. And do you want to tell them what you scored on your math state test?
I don't remember what was it.
Proficient.
Proficient?
You passed it. Did you think that you were going to pass your math state test at the beginning of the year?
No.
What helped you pass your test?
Doing the gestures.
You could say one thing to Coach B, who invented whole brain teaching. What would you say?
Thanks for showing that to Ms. Mahan, and then showing us to the whole class, and then I started getting my grades up.
All right. Thanks, Coach B. When I think of whole brain teaching, I will forever remember Melanie and the permanent change that it made in her life, both at school and at home. Thank you, whole brain teaching, for all that you've done for me, for Melanie, and all the students to come.